This is a KRQE News 13 Election 2010 update.
Good evening. We're back and we are ready to make a call in the governor's race. Here are the latest numbers in the race between Diane Dennish and Susana Martinez. Martinez with 59%, Dennish 41%. You can see there's about 177,000 votes. Actually, we have more votes than that will be coming in shortly. We predict at this point at 8:25 on election night, Susana Martinez has been elected governor of New Mexico.
It says 8% of the precincts reporting, but there are a lot more vote totals in because that does include the early and absentee votes, which was a big portion of all of that. Susana Martinez has been watching the election results in Las Cruces, and that's where Jessica Garate is. I don't know if they're celebrating yet there or not. Let's go and check with Jessica.
And very hard to hear because you're going to see everyone reacting as the results coming in. Very excited crowd here. It is a packed room, a lot of excitement, and everyone we spoke to said that they're expecting that win tonight, as you just called it. Now, Martinez stayed fairly quiet today on this election day, just making one quick stop at the Doña Ana County Republican headquarters where she rallied volunteers, making calls for her. Her campaign says she will not be making another public appearance until her speech much later tonight. Right now, she is with her relatives in a private room in the hotel watching all the results, and she should be coming down pretty soon to give her speech. We'll be waiting for it. Now, the Doña Ana County District Attorney, she's been the district attorney since 1996. When she entered the race, she had name recognition in southern New Mexico, but many wondered if she could get statewide support. Well, obviously tonight it looks like she was able to do that, and as you can tell, a very excited crowd. They just keep yelling every time those numbers pop up. Everyone we spoke to said that they knew they were going to be celebrating tonight. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jessica. She's down live in Las Cruces, and again, there are the latest numbers that we have in the governor's race.
All right, let's take a look at the congressional races. Real close here in District 1 between Martin Heinrich and Jonathan Barela, slightly ahead, and I mean slightly, 160 votes. In District 2, Steve Pierce is out to a pretty good lead over Harry Teague, and will probably win that race. In District 3, this was going to be the surprise, and it is tight, much closer than most people thought.
That's right. And let's go now to the Secretary of State's race. This has been probably the biggest landslide, I guess you could say, of the night at this point, and we are calling this that Diana Duran has overturned Mary Herrera in the Secretary of State's race. Look at that margin, almost double for Diana Duran, 63% to 37%.
She's actually leading the ticket tonight for the Republicans.
Right.
Yeah. Professor Gabe Sanchez from UNM is with us. What do you make from these numbers we're seeing now?
You know, it's pretty exciting. I mean, to be this early in and already on the governor's race, I mean, what can you say? We've got our first female governor of the state, the first Latina period in U.S. history coming from the state of New Mexico. I think it shows that the pollsters are pretty right on in terms of their predictions. I think it's kind of the overall trend nationally, not only a move towards Republicans, but also a move away from incumbents. And I think she rode that wave to victory.
One thing I noticed now when we're looking at the county-by-county totals, the early absentee in Santa Fe County, Martinez lost 2-1, but she got a third of the vote up there. That's a lot of, or more than a third of the vote.
About 38% in Santa Fe. I mean, I don't know if that's a record, but it'd have to be up
for
there.
A Republican, and in Mora County, which is not big, but heavily Democratic, she got 46% of the vote up there.
Almost a 50-50 split.
You mentioned this is the first Latina as well as first female governor for New Mexico. Does the Hispanic vote play a big part in the fact that she's winning?
Definitely does. I was just crunching numbers in the back. My colleagues at Latino Decisions have a poll specifically of New Mexican Hispanic voters, and you know, Martinez got almost 40% of the Hispanic vote across the state. Again, much higher number than a lot of folks predicted, and that really is part of the story.
What are you thinking about the first district congressional race now?
You know, I think that's where all the action is. I mean, that's what's going to keep us up a little bit late. My folks that are working within that particular campaign, they feel confident that the South Valley and the West Side is going to do it for them.
For Heinrich.
But you know, the numbers overall in terms of turnout are much lower than a typical Democrat would need to be able to be
successful. Real quickly up north, Mullins and Lujan.
You know, much closer than a lot of us expect.